he is revered until now, sabihin na natin, because the life of Rizal was a life of sacrifice. It was a life of sacrifice because he could have lived more years and amass wealth for himself. But he never did that. He fought not through a bloody revolution, not through armed struggle, but he fought with the use of his pen and with the use of his intellect. And that is something that women remembered, no? This man is a man of peace. This man is somebody who could really influence even the young people, even the old people. Because the ideals of Rizal do not just center on a particular group. Hindi lang sa isang grupo lang yan. It covers the ideas of Rizal covers so many, a very wide circle. And aside from that, women, so, you know, women, for example, women have the tendency to be driven to men of wisdom. I'm talking from my experience and from the experiences of many women I got in contact with when we talk, when we discuss what made us attractive to a particular person, especially men, no? Men of wisdom, men who knows what he wants really, men who can understand women also. And Rizal understood women. And Rizal gave advice to women. And Rizal was not after women who were very timid. So during the time of Rizal, he never wanted women, Filipino women, to be always bowing their heads. Kaya nga sinabi niya, why was Rizal attracted to Segunda Katigbak? The first attraction of Rizal was with Segunda Katigbak. It was because Segunda Katigbak could express her mind freely. At the time when a woman should be keeping silent about how she feels about a man, but Segunda Katigbak was not keeping everything to herself. See, it was not flirting, but a woman who also realized that I have to be also a little bit more expressive, no, of what I feel inside. Hindi nga lang sila nagkatuluyan at natapos
binasted ho yata siya eh.
You know, it was not a bastard. If you are going to read between the lines, it was not a bastard because I believe Segunda really fell for Rizal. But again, what prevented her totally from becoming the Rizal woman at the time was the respect for her parents who have already arranged the wedding or the marriage between her and Katigbak. Yung lalaki yung naging boyfriend niya. And she even told Rizal, saan siya dadaan, no? Saan siya dadaan pag uwi Batangas? What time? And so Rizal naman waited for her. But gentleman, ito pa yung gentleman si Rizal. Gentleman as he was, when he saw yung sasakyan ni Katigbak, tiningnan niya lang, pero hindi siya lumapit because he also respected yung kalagayan ni Segunda at the same time yung lalaki din na pinagkasundo kay Katigbak. So, and then if you are going to read Rizal's letters to his sisters, no, you would also see there the intention of Rizal for his sisters not to always be bowing their heads. Kaya nung sumulat siya, he cited the incident when he saw a woman in Paris, a Parisian, he described to his sister as perhaps if she was not like that in poverty, no, in tattered clothing, and then seemed to be very hungry, she could have been a very beautiful woman. And now I am thinking, nakita niya kasi nakahiga sa may bangketa ba ang tawag mo doon, no? Alone, begging
Sidewalk.
for food. Yeah, begging for food, and then she wrote to her sister, I hope this will not happen to you, something like that, and that you have to educate yourself, you must have education because this will prevent you from becoming like this girl I saw in Paris. So, ano
Now,
yun? Makita mo dun yung ano ni Rizal yung ano ni Rizal, eagerness ni Rizal to awaken the women even during his time.
Now, ma'am, with the Noli Me Tangere and with the character of Maria Clara, as we know, she ended up in a dark situation. Would you say that Maria Clara, in your mind, is the antithesis of what Rizal looks forward to in women? Meek,
Maria,
reserve, a victim, and not reactionary, and not proactive.
Rizal loved Maria Clara. Sabi na nga natin, Maria Clara of Rizal is the Leonor Rivera of his true life, no? Rizal never naman wanted the Filipino women to be flirtatious, no? Hindi naman niya yung gusto. But what he never wanted also for Filipino women, sinabi pa rin niya sa Filipino women, yung moral values must have to be observed, no? But he was very strong in telling the Filipino women through his letter to the young women of Malolos not to be submissive always. There is a time when women must have to fight for their rights. But I also do not like women na sobra-sobra naman lumalaban. Na minsan wala na sa katwiran, lumalaban pa rin. But women should be rational also. Should not be governed, should not be overruled by their emotion. They have to use their reason also. The use of reason, the use of the heart combined would give you a better decision in life, no? Tinitimbang mo yan. And so Rizal, also referring to Maria Clara was so submissive because he was brought up in that particular situation, orientation. But still, Ibarra loved Maria Clara. He loved her deeply that when we segue to the El Filibusterismo, it was Maria Clara who became the very motivation of Rizal to come back to the Philippines under Simon, no? Sa character ni Simon, to come back to the Philippines and entice the people secretly to be with him in a revolution. But the main reason why he was doing that was to get Maria Clara from the convent. Yan ang ginaano ni Rivera in the person of Simon. But Maria Clara died in the process, hindi na nagawa ni Simon yung gusto niya. And with that, Simon's world crumbled. He forgot about the bayan. And what overcome Simon was grief, personal grief for the loss of the woman he loved so dearly. And he forgot the other love that he must have in his heart, and that is love for country, which must be foremost. Love for country should be number one. Second, love for God is first, love for country is second, love for fellow men is third, and love for yourself should always be the last. So, dito, sa situation ni Simon at ni Maria Clara, love of himself overcome the love that he had for country. Tinalo ng pagmamahal sa sarili at interes na pansarili personal interest the national interest. Yun ang nangyari sa kanilang dalawa. Now, I would say, ang sabi mo, siya ba yung ano, sinasabi natin, ang naging hina ni Ibarra, ang naging hina ng karakter ni ano ay babae. Pagmamahal, personal na interest ang naging hina. So in this particular but bumawi siya pero ganun pa rin. Personal interest pa rin ang namayani sa mga sumunod na karakter na pinagsabihan, kagaya ng nangyari kay Basilio, na overcome din si Basilio ng grief over the loss of a woman, si Huli. Diba? So if you are going to study these three men in the novel of Rizal, dito lang sa Noli, sa Pili, Rizal or Simon was overcome by grief with the loss of Maria Clara. Basilio was overcome with grief by the loss of Huli. And another who was overcome with love, no? A strong love for a woman who decided to give him up for the sake of a better life was Isagani. Dahil kay Paulita Gomez, na nung gabi na yun ay may kasal, nagawa niyang isakripisyo ang bayan para sa pagmamahal sa kanyang nobya. May kakasal naman sa iba. So itong tatlong lalaki na to, nakitaan natin ng weakness of character. Weakness of character in the sense that pinasantabi nila, set aside the country for the sake of love of women na nawala o mawawala sa kanila. So, but again, baka itatanong mo ano pa nga ba yung tinanong mo? Ang dami ko nang sinabi.
Yung yun nga po antithesis ni ng pagkakasulat ni, para sa inyo, antithesis ba si Maria Clara ng ideals ni Jose Rizal of what a proper woman should be? And I will add to that with his Women of Malolos letter. He assailed the mothers of the Spartans as ideal mothers,
Yes.
which as if you can tell too, is also I think goes against the character Maria Clara. So I was thinking maybe Rizal was trying to tell us that Maria Clara is really, although she played a prominent role, a central role, affecting Simon by that time, Maria Clara wasn't really the woman that in reality Rizal wanted to be emulated or be an example.
Well, perhaps because Maria Clara was submissive, no? Maria Clara was submissive, but in fairness to Maria Clara, no? Nasabi nga nila si Leonor Rivera ang pinakunan ng role model ni Rizal. In fairness to Maria Clara, she was weak at the start. She was very weak at the start. She was so timid. She was so submissive that she was willing to sacrifice the love of her life, and that's the Ibarra, for the sake of the honor of the woman also dear to her, and that is Doña Pia, the mother. Because if she would not abide by what Padre Damas would like her to do, there was a threat from another na the secret behind the true person of Maria Clara would be revealed. And Maria Clara was thinking of the mother, Doña Pia, and she never wanted the mother's memory be blemished by that kind of scandal which might erupt, no? So she decided to sacrifice her love for the love of the woman to whom she owed her life. Yun. That for me is that's for me is courage. To be able to sacrifice someone you love so much in order that you will be able to save the honor of somebody you also love and from whom you owe your life. That's for me is strength of character. The second one na pinakita ni Maria Clara how strong she was as a woman na they never thought na gagawin niya was when she told the real father, Padre Damaso, that she would never marry Linares. And when Father Damaso was insisting that she marry Linares, she told Padre Damaso, kumbento o kamatayan. So, the father, in Father Damaso, what are you going to do? You could not allow your dear daughter to die, to commit suicide, just because you wanted her to marry a Spaniard, another man. So, kumbento o kamatayan. It showed the strength of character of Maria Clara. Then I would say, nung sinabi na to, sa kumbento ay mayroong babaeng sumisigaw, parang ano na yon, at na humihingi ng awa sa Panginoon, and then sabi natin si Maria Clara, and then she committed suicide because how are we going to
Too
live
much
now
stress.
between the lines? So, because she was abused by Father Salvi, and then she decided to end her life rather than live a dishonored woman. It is not right to commit suicide, but at that time for Maria Clara, everything has ended for her because the very honor she wanted preserved was already lost. And so she decided to end her life in that manner. So para sa akin, matapang si Maria Clara. Matapang siya. Yun nga lang, very tragic ang kanyang buhay.
Opo. Now, it's very interesting po on your first point about the three characters, fictional characters, and their I guess your word was weakness was women, and they chose women, or they were so
Over country.
despoted over their country. But Rizal did the opposite.
Yes,
He chose the country over, I guess,
over his
women.
life.
Even
Agree
at
po.
the last point when he was married to Josephine Bracken, in order to salvage his mission of being of service to mankind, he volunteered to go to Cuba at the expense of leaving a grieving wife who just lost also a son.
Child.
So Rizal, opposite to what this non-fiction fictional characters in his book did the opposite and chose. That's probably why Rizal is really revered. Now, let me ask you a question, a controversial question. Every time I've heard women conscious of their status have a bad they have they don't feel good whenever Rizal is told to be a playboy because he had 12, 11, 12 women crushes, I
Okay.
guess. How do you see that part of Rizal?
I
That
don't think Rizal was a playboy. I never look at Rizal in that manner. Because if you will see, every time he would get involved with a woman, he never took advantage of any of them. And he remained quite loyal, truthful to Rivera. The problem is, or was rather, they stopped communicating, not because they wanted to stop communicating with each other, but the mother of Rivera, um, came into the picture and make disabuatan between the cartero and her for the letters of Rizal not to reach Leonor Rivera, and Rivera's letter not to be sent to Rizal anymore. So in the process, Rizal was also, kahit naman ikaw, siguro maisip mo, meron pa ba kami? Kami pa ba? Wala naman kaming communication. But Rizal as a playboy na sinasabi nila, I don't believe he was. If you are going to recite or to go over the poem of Rizal to the women of to the flowers of Heidelberg, yung flowers of Heidelberg, meron siyang punto, meron siyang parang linya doon na never touching the flowers, no? Go placidly, etc., ganon. But never, in any country he went to, he never touched any flowers, something like that. So I would like to relate that to him having so many women falling in love with him, but he never took advantage of anyone. Hindi niya nag-take advantage. The only woman na talagang nag-live-in sila, no? Nag-live-in sila ay si Josephine Bracken. Because Josephine Bracken came here in the Philippines, lived with him in the Pitan. They wanted to be married, but the priest, the church would not marry them. And so Rizal went to the ritual. We marry ourselves. No, we ask the Lord to bless our union as a man and husband, no, man and wife, husband and wife, and we live together as such. Kasi ayaw tayong bigyan ng simbahan ng pagkakataon. So, dito lang, yun lang naman, yun lang naka-live-in ni Rizal. Wala naman siyang ibang naka-live-in. In fact, it's always thinking, hindi lang bayan ng iniisip niya parati, no? Kasi hindi pa naman niya alam na nung nurture niya pa rin sa puso niya yung love niya kay Rivera. Every time he would be falling seriously into a relationship, you would notice that he would do something to get out of the relationship, not because playboy siya, whatever, but he was thinking of what about the woman he left behind. Nung wala na si Leonor Rivera, nalaman niya na kinasal na sa iba, meron naman siya another woman in life, and that woman is the Mother Philippines, the Inang Pilipinas. What will happen to the Inang Pilipinas if I get myself a family? So my family would be my first consideration. If I fell in love with these women, with all these women, then I will be neglecting my advocacy for my Mother Philippines na kailangan kong gawa ng paraan para mamulat, awaken the people, for them to be able to stand up for their rights, not fight violently, but be heard through their knowledge, through their voices, through their writings. Yun ang kay Rizal. So hindi siya playboy. Tanggalin na natin yung lagi nating sinasabi. Kasi, those who are trying to put down Rizal, huwag na natin gawin yon. Let us be united in this particular aspect that Rizal is our foremost national hero. Pangunahing pambansang bayani. Because every hero that we have, we call it national heroes. However, Rizal is the foremost national hero, pangunahin. I would like to ask all those who are espousing the ideals and teachings of Dr. Jose Rizal to definitely observe them, be committed with those ideals and teachings, and with the idea of propagating those teachings and ideals. And let us work together for us to be able to bring each one of us, wherever we are, to one united force. Because if we will not be united as Filipinos, therefore, what is going to happen to us? Unity, perhaps we have diverse political, different political ideologies, different cultural orientation, but we only have to think of this. We have to love our country. And I would say that there are four kinds of love that I would like to stress again. Love of God, love of country, love of fellow men, and love of yourself. The love of yourself should always be the last because the love of country, which is second, and the love of fellow men, which is third, would be one harmonizing, unifying factor that would really bring us together to work and move towards that one direction of our desire to definitely put our country into economic progress so that every Filipino would not feel the pangs of poverty, would not feel that they are neglected, would not feel that they have that they have less in life. So, kayo na nandyan sa ibang bansa, wag tayong magkahiwa-hiwalay just because we are heading an organization and then you are heading another organization and then you splinter because you are driven by your by your envy or I'm sorry by your envy because you are driven by ambition also. Let us set aside envy, let us set aside jealousy, let us set aside our personal interest for the sake of national interest. If we can be united as one, therefore, nobody can bring us down as a country of Filipinos who love peace, who love freedom, who love justice, who love each one of us, God, country, fellow men, and ourselves. The national interest should be paramount over the personal interest. That's my parting statements to you coming from a 73-year-old woman whose only dream is to see our country in the road to progress before I finally close my eyes. Thank you so much.